Good morning. This is Holly with Holly's Joys, and I'm here to talk to you today about something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and it is how expectation can affect your life. And I know I've touched on it briefly in another video, but I really want to delve into it with a specific example today, and I'm calling it the destruction of expectation. So, I'm going to talk about a specific event, and I'm not going to give 100% all the details. So if this involves you, this is not all the information or all the details. And I'm doing that for time's sake and personal anonymity for some people involved. Anyway, it's going to be about being blindsided or misrepresented online. And if this is you, I am talking about that because it's happening to me. So, a while back, I made a painting and it was of a dog, and I used a photo that I found online. Sorry, got a tickle in my throat. I consider myself a recycle artist, and I do a lot of different types of art. And once in a while, I paint, especially if I see a picture that I find inspiring. And of course, it's not a duplicate. It has different colors, and I add flowers and words and just all kinds of different stylizing that I do. One, I even like glued a leaf too. So it is my own interpretation of a picture. And I did this, and I mean, nothing happened. I tried to sell it, didn't sell, it was not a big deal. So it's sitting in my house, and a few months go by, and I get an online message that this person is claiming rights to this photograph. And they began bullying me about it. And at first I was really confused. It was like they thought I understood like the name of their animal. I mean, do you know the name of my cat? Well, you might, because he has his own YouTube channel. But I mean, normal people, I wouldn't expect to know the name of my cat. And I don't know, I was confused at what the problem exactly was. And I started to feel the urge maybe to defend myself a little bit because I really wasn't sure what was happening. And we'll get into that bit here in just a little while. But I want to talk about the moment I realized, okay, I don't have to react in the typical traditional way. That version of me that she thinks that I am, it's not my responsibility. You can think about me what you want. That you're grown. Go ahead. Think about me what you want. But I know myself in my heart. I know my art. I know my purpose. I know my integrity. And when people weaponize social media to just punish and shame another person, that says a lot more about them than it does about me. And I want you to, if this is happening with a friend of yours, like they're bullying someone or calling somebody out and trying to shame and diminish another person, before you join in, think about what kind of person are you? And remember that it says more about the person doing the bullying than the one being bullied. So try not to engage in this mob mentality and stay rooted in your own integrity. Be the person you've decided to be and not or just being encouraged to be or being whipped up into some, I don't know, half aside frenzy. Kick in your critical thinking and take a beat. There's more, but for now, that is a good start. So I do want to talk about the internet, and when you're in these situations, let that, if you're being bullied by somebody, let that grow you and not poison your heart. And it's difficult. I'm not saying that it isn't. I mean, you have to like have a conscious like moment, like when it was happening, actively happening, still periodically actively happens. I have to like tamp that urge to engage into the ugliness, because being raised by a narcissist, she had a very mean streak and made it a game. Like we would go to the mall or store, whatever, eat out periodically. And it was a game to her to like find fault with each person that walked by and to be very, very cruel with it. Now, they weren't hearing her, it was just for her own personal enjoyment. But that's not the person I've ever wanted to be. But I can be that person. So when it tries to take hold, I'm like, no, that's not the person I choose to be. I don't want to be that. And if you have similar experiences that you've been through or are currently going through, drop a note in my comments, because I really would like to see it, because your peace, your personal peace, is worth protecting. And if that means walking away from somebody else who does not find that of value, I mean, that's okay too, right? So now we're talking about this. I do want to touch on what a bully really wants you to react. They want you to be rattled. And when I started to realize, okay, she's trying to get me to say something I'll either, number one, regret, or that she can also weaponize. So this is what I've learned. You don't have to fight every single fight that comes your way. You don't owe your peace to strangers. These people are strangers. I don't even know who it is, really. I mean, I've never formally met this person. So, and it's very strange because it's so many different ways on social media. And, you know, I'm older. I don't really get into all the electronics. I like using it, but to understand how it's happening, I don't. Okay. But like, you've got Facebook Messenger, you've got Facebook, you've got all the accounts on Facebook under multiple different names. And then you've got texting and email. And I mean, it's a lot. And trust me, this person has used all of the above and some. And you don't have to engage people who don't care about hearing what you have to say, that they only weaponize what you do say. Stay rooted in your integrity. Make a decision right now, today. What kind of person are you? And do you want to be the person who bullies? Or do you want to just be a kind person who tries to find common ground and stays in their integrity, even when the pressure's on? And try to surround yourself with people who will uplift that in you. And let all this noise just fade away. It's a lot. It's been a lot, and I appreciate you being here. And I don't know, maybe someday we'll share the whole gritty details of what's gone on. But my heart is for reconciliation. My heart is not to hurt this person who has a charity involved, and I don't want to hurt the charity. And trust me, if I said what has happened, what has transpired, it would. And I don't want to do that. That's not the integrity I want to walk in. That's not the kind of person I want to be. I want to be a kind and loving and compassionate person, and forgiving. And I do forgive the person who's doing this to me. And I'm sitting, waiting just to see how it all pans out. And who knows? Who knows? Anyway, have a great day. Please like, follow, share, do all the things. Subscribe on YouTube at Holly's Joys. And I also have cat videos, and he's super cutie. His name is Wallace, by the way. And also, I have my art on Facebook at Patio Pet. And if you scroll down far enough, I bet you can find a picture. So we'll see you next time. Bye.